Becoming a business engineer is one of the most important transitions you can make as a business owner. Until you do, your business will never consistently produce profit at the highest possible levels. The word engineer probably goes counterintuitive to how you view yourself. Most of the time, entrepreneurs think of themselves as mavericks, risk takers, and get-it-done kind of people. You might think of engineers as slow, methodical people that get in the way of the real work. If that's the case for you, then you're in for a real eye-opener. Let's look at some real-world examples. When the Model T first came out over 100 years ago, it had an internal combustion engine that produced 17 horsepower. Puny by today's standards, but truly an engineering marvel of the day. Today, we have a drag race car that will use the same basic components of the internal combustion engine, but it produces a whopping 3,000 horsepower. Over the last 100 years, engineers worked to refine each and every part of the engine until it could produce 176 times the power of the original. When the Wright brothers flew their first plane, they managed to go 120 feet with one person. Today, there are planes that can haul 555 people and fly 10 hours across oceans. Over the last 100 years, that came from a continual refinement over time of each aspect of the airplane. You're watching this presentation on a computer screen. One of the first personal computers that came out was the Commodore 64 in the mid-'80s. At the time, it was a huge breakthrough. It had a removable floppy drive that allowed you to store 16 kilobytes of data. Today, even the most basic laptop computer comes with 250 gigabytes of data and operates at speeds never even dreamed possible when the Commodore 64 came out. The point is that through a disciplined approach and breaking down everything into its smallest processes and refining it, you produce a substantial improvement in the end result. Your business works the same way. Let's take your marketing process as an example. Marketing should be an investment that consistently produces a positive return. For most businesses, it is viewed as risky and frustrating simply because they have not built the right processes to ensure success. If you look at the key processes, you may have a mix that looks something like this: direct mail, yellow pages, the internet, customer newsletters, and prospecting over the phone. You could then take the direct mail process, for example, and break it down into parts such as the headline, the offer, design of the piece, target audience, the copy on the mail piece, and even the format, whether it's a postcard or a letter. If you could spend time refining each aspect of your direct mail and making each part only 5% better, the end result is that as a whole it will perform 30 to 40% better. You should always see a positive return from every marketing dollar spent. So, are you ready to make a commitment today to become a business engineer? Your first step is to contact us by email or telephone.